During the 2010s, the Oklahoma City Thunder were seen as a playoff team that had a chance to make a run to the finals. They had great teams, with them also having Hall of Fame players on their roster like Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, James Harden, Paul George, Carmelo Anthony, and Chris Paul. However, every year they failed to win a championship during that era. The closest the Thunder ever got to winning a championship was with their big three of Durant, Westbrook, and Harden in the 2011 to 2012 season. This team went all the way to the finals, where they lost to the Miami Heat in 5 games. After that season, OKC wasn't able to get back to the finals and win a championship. The factor that ultimately changed the franchise of the Thunder was when Kevin Durant decided to leave OKC and sign with the Golden State Warriors in 2016. Durant joining Golden State really turned Oklahoma from a championship caliber team to just a playoff team. After 2016, the Thunder were unable to get out of the first round of the playoffs. The Thunder did have some special moments, like when Russell Westbrook averaged a triple-double and won MVP in 2017, as well as them helping Chris Paul revive his career when he was shipped to OKC in the 2019-2020 season. Even though the Thunder proved to be a guaranteed playoff team, they decided to go the route of a rebuild, with them trading some of their players. After the 2019-2018 season, Oklahoma traded Paul George to the Clippers for Danilo Gallinari, draft picks, and the most important piece in this trade, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. During Shai's time with the Thunder, he has been really impressive, from his points and field goal attempts increasing every season. The most impressive thing that Shai has developed in his game is the number of free throws he takes in a game. He has been able to get foul calls, which has helped increase his number of points and slow the momentum down for the opposing teams. This season, Shai has gained an All-Star appearance and made All-NBA first team. He has shown that he can be the franchise guy for the Thunder. Nonetheless, it took some time for OKC to build around Shai, because instead of signing players in free agency, they decided to obtain players in the draft. Turns out they had a ton of picks from their team, trading away their players and also managing to keep their own picks. In the draft, they acquired good players that have a lot of potential, like Josh Giddey in the 2021 draft and Jalen Williams in the 2022 draft. Giddey and Williams have shown glimpses of all-star talent this season, with both players making an all-rookie team during their first seasons in the NBA. The Thunder also drafted Chet Holmgren in 2022, who has been praised as a generational talent but missed the entire season with a foot injury. Not only do the Thunder have players that can turn into all-stars, but they have managed to find diamonds in the rough. OKC has given players another opportunity in the league to prove themselves and find their role in the NBA. They signed players like Lu Dort and Lindy Waters III. They have also acquired players that seem to be heading out of the NBA, such as Isaiah Joe and Kenrich Williams. These players have been good role players for the Thunder and have given them good production, which has been another key factor in them winning games. This season, Oklahoma finished with a record of 40-42, where they showed a lot of progress from being a team seen as tanking to a team competing to make the playoffs. They made it into the play-in tournament, where they were going to face the 9th seed New Orleans Pelicans. In that game, they beat the Pelicans and advanced to the next round of the play-in tournament against the Minnesota Timberwolves. This is where their season got stopped short because they lost to the Wolves, which eliminated their chances of making the playoffs. Although they had a record below 500 and didn't make the playoffs, the Thunder still had a great season, from showing a lot of progress as a team that can fight for a spot in the playoffs. They don't necessarily need to trade for a proven star player in the offseason. This is due to their team having a lot of young players that haven't reached their potential yet. They also have their future star player Chet Holmgren coming off a season-ending injury, so OKC will have another player they will have to implement into their rotation. Oklahoma will also have the 12th pick in this year's draft, which will add another player to their roster. Since the Thunder were able to find their star player in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, it's only a matter of time that they make that jump as a playoff team. The Thunder have effectively revamped their team and have become a young team on the rise of becoming a true contender in the West.